Okay, here we are with another Amonkhet Swiss Draft League. Swiss mean 6222. So here, best cards are Sparkling Suns, which sometimes is insane. And it's got cycling, so it's never that bad. I always cycle it away when I'm kind of ahead on board and I need to draw another threat. And then they always just play loads of guys that die to it. So, I don't know, maybe you should just never cycle it. There's a Stirred Sands, which is pretty good. Sweltering Sands does kill all of it. Sweltering Suns, even. Final Reward is also pretty good. Unlike Shimmer Scale Drake, Wanderer and Death, Myth Goblin Tangler, and Quarry Hauler as well. They're all pretty good cards. But Sweltering Suns is a unique effect. It's very powerful. And they're cycling, so it can never be that bad. Wow, I don't know what they took over Hooded Hydra. Honored Hydra. I always call it Hooded Hydra. But Honored Hydra is very powerful, very big. I think it was probably a foil rare or foil uncommon. Yeah, it's just huge, very big threat. So I'm definitely picking that. Other cards that I like a lot are Gustwalker. It's the best 2-drop, best common 2-drop at least. I think maybe Blood Rage World is the only other 2-drop that I pick over it. Black Cartouche I like a lot. There's a lot of aggressive decks in this format, and this is very good against them. True Art Twins is good. It's a bit expensive. And Sure Shot is a solid playable as well. I'm going to take the Honored Hydra. It's a very strong card. You could even splash it. The Swallowing Suns does also fine with the Honored Hydra. It's like Red Green has more big men that survive the Swallowing Suns. You can use this to catch up from the early game, and then it'll just, if you fall behind in the early game, you play Swallowing Suns and you start playing big guys like Honored Hydra. Okay, so I think there's quite a few different schools of thought about how aggressive this format is. I think if I wanted to go for an aggressive deck, I'm definitely picking this 2-drop. But I might actually go for this Black Cartouche. As I was saying before, I really like how strong this is against aggressive decks. Swording Suns doesn't really go that well with Myth Goblin Tangler, but Wrathzor is pretty good when you can kind of maneuver around them. I'm going to take the Black Cartouche though. I'm just going to try and see what comes to me. Here, there are no red cards, so I'm kind of happy to take a Cartouche, but it could just be the way the packs have fallen. Also, the Black Cartouche is really good against that 2-1 that I was thinking about taking, so that's kind of a reason. No, that's why it's so good, because it just, actually is a 2-for-1 and gains you so much tempo against those aggressive decks. The cards I'm looking at in this pack are Defiant Greatmaw. It's a solid green card. I mean, I wouldn't say it's necessarily a sign, but after being passed on a Hydra as well, I would consider it a bit more heavily than I normally would. Otherwise, Essence Scout is good, Cryptic Serpent's fine, Supernatural Stamina is quite good. Unburden I like a lot, it's just like an easy 2-for-1. This white card is also pretty good, but I'm not gonna go out of my first few colors for that white card. This white card though, I might switch for. I don't remember seeing any good white in pack 2, but maybe it's just because I saw that on a Hydra. I don't really see any good black in here. I think the best cards are Javelin, yeah. So I could be, red-black if I had these two, but I didn't think the red was that good in those packs either. There's a good blue card, so blue might be open. I don't like green-white as much as an archetype, but if you just pick up good green and white cards, then it's not too bad. Tarkov Elite is also pretty good. I mean, Gifts of Paradise. Maybe if this wheels, I can play some kind of full-color garbage. I'm gonna take Gustwalker. Maybe this is too many colors to start out with, but I don't think that's even a real thing. I've been liking Philosophy a lot more and more every time I see it. It's just so big. You can just win the game by itself, which is pretty impressive for a common, I think. I might take Quarry Hauler here because it's good with Define Great Maw, the black cartouche, and it's not as expensive as, you know, we've also already got a good 6-drop here. So I'm looking towards Quarry Hauler. I could see an argument for like Essence Scatter or Blyson Bat or like Mishra's Companion, but I think the color we're most likely to be playing is green. It works with Define Great Maw as well. So yeah, I'm liking that. Okay, well, this cartouche's strength is pretty late, and I think that's definitely a sign. I mean, Great Sandworm is also a good playable, and so is Minotaur Sure Shot. So yeah, best cards in here are green and red. I'm just going to take the cartouche. Okay, so even Initiate is pretty late. Maybe green-blue is just where I'm meant to be. But because I'm definitely playing green, I'm just going to take the Bitter Blade Warrior. It's a solid 2-drop, and you know, got cartouche of strength, and yeah, green is the color I'm definitely playing. Sure Shot is also in here, which is kind of interesting. Initiate as well. Okay, so Armcrop Champion is really good if we're green-white, which might happen because we have the Dust Walker. Otherwise, like, these blue cards are actually very strong. I mean, not very strong. I mean, Slither Blade, you know, it's pretty great. But in reality, I like Shimmer Scale Drake quite a lot. I like Windsor Ruby quite a lot as well. This is a difficult one because I think I'll probably get a lot of good blue in pack 3. So I'm just going to take the Shimmer Scale Drake. I think people in this pod aren't drafting blue very highly. Like, that was a late green-white card, but it just means that I think no one's playing green-white specifically. I like Windsor Rebuke a lot. I like it more than most people. Here, oh, this is really good. I'm going to take Floodwaters. It's not that good of a card, but I've used it to good effect before. So here we go. Yeah, I can never really see playing that. Benefaction of Ronus, I can see playing. We've got a Cartouche of Strength at the moment. We've also got a Cartouche of Ambition. I'm going to take the Gifts of Paradise here, actually. We might end up playing a lot of different colors. Oh, this is a nice gift. Oh, you can cancel? I was thinking about taking cancel over Floodwaters, but apparently I didn't have to. Because I only really want one cancel. I was reading a article by Kenji Tsumura about playing a multicolor deck with Gifts of Paradise. I think it's a bit outdated, the post. But yeah, like, Gifts of Paradise would let me play Sweltering Suns at the same time as the fact that you know, you can cycle Sweltering Suns, so it would never be that bad. We can play it whenever we have Gifts of Paradise out. Here is quite interesting. If we want to play red, we should take the Magma Spray. Exemplar Strength is fine. I think it's worse than it originally looked, I think. Really randomly really good, but I might just take the Trial of Strength, especially since we have a black cartouche and a green cartouche already. It just gives us a lot of value. It's also good in green-blue, which it looks like we might be, because the red is something that we're less likely to be. I'd rather just take comparable power green cards. I think Trial of Strength is worse than Magma Spray, but because we've got cartouches, it's a bit closer. Here I'm going to take the green cartouche. It goes really well with the Trial of Strength that we just picked up. And there's not really anything else in here. I wouldn't mind the Fetid Pools because it would like help us splash the cartouche, and I like Cycle Lands quite a lot. Otherwise, I've got compelling argument, Haze of Pollen. Like, not really. This pack is not very good for anyone. I wouldn't mind having this either, but I'll just take the Precious Strength, which I think is a very strong card actually. There's a lot of good red playables in here actually, but that makes sense because we didn't see that much good red. Oh, we saw a lot of sure shots. Maybe red's not as drafted in this pod. I'm going to take Crocodile the Crossing, which is a very strong card. Our curve is looking a bit high, annoyingly, but we still have a few packs to fix that. Man, this is interesting. We have a Naga Vice list here. We have the Trial of Zeal. I'm leaning very much towards the Trial of Zeal because we haven't actually picked a second color yet. We have 2 green cartouches already and kind of like a black one. And we have the Sweltering Suns as well, which is a very powerful card. So Trial of Zeal plus all these cartouches is just really good to pick up. I mean, I would really like it on the Vice List too, but I think Trial of Zeal is just way too powerful to pass up here. Then we get past Armcrop Crasher, Magma Spray, Pathmaker Initiate. I think this card is actually insane. It's not as good in our deck because we're not that hyper aggressive. I might just take Magma Spray and look to be kind of green-red, splashing some cards like Shimmer Scale Drake, because especially since it's a it has cycling as well. We can splash it off Gifts of Paradise, and we can also splash this cartouche. Wasted Smoke is pretty good. A bit of Blade Warrior is also good, but Magma Spray is just so good. It's a really cheap card in terms of cheap interactions. So you can use it as tempo, or you can also use it to catch up, which is really good. There's a lot of these -2 show shots. I'm just going to take the Hooded Brawler. You can attack, exert it, then use Sweltering Suns post combat. It's also good with cartouches of strength. Yeah, it's just a solid 3-drop, and that's good for our curve. And we still might not be like that heavy on red. It's kind of interesting, like what cards is everyone playing? Because I like Horror of the Broken Knights quite a lot. I'm thinking about Rags because it's just such a powerful effect. It would be good if we had like another Kiss of Paradise, but otherwise I could take Tarkov Skirmisher, which is good if we end up being green-blue still, splashing maybe Trial and Sweltering Suns. I think I'm going to take Rags because it's such a irreplaceable effect. Well, saying that, we already have the Sweltering Suns, so maybe that was incorrect. Okay, Emberhorn Minotaur is a really good way to win, but we could take a Hooded Brawler to round out our curve a bit better, which I might go for seeing as we have 2 guys here already. And our curve is starting to look a bit high. And I really like Emberhorn Minotaur though. But, we still might not even be mainly red, so it's better to take the card. Pyramid of the Pantheon. Interesting cards. I'm gonna take the Center's Deliverance. Edifice is just such an annoying card. It works against, that's basically the main card. There's also Oracle's Vault. I mean, I could see taking Shed Weakness, but I think this is a pretty good cycler, to be honest. I mean, pretty good sideboard card that you can use as a cycler. Blazing Volley or Haze of Pollen. I'm going to take Haze of Pollen. It can work against can do some work against a Threshing Effect or something like that, or the +2/+0. I think I'm going to take Aven Initiate. This is actually really difficult. As much as like all these red cards are really good. Maybe I should have just taken a red card there. Yeah, I'm kind of regretting it. Especially with this Trial of Zeal. Kind of wish I took a red card because I think my red cards are much more powerful than my blue. If I took a red card, it would just be like a random 3-drop. Oh my god. I don't even know. All of these black cards are so good. This Insult to Injury is also really good. I think I'm going to take Insult to Injury and try and just pick up all the good creatures now. The thing is, like, Insult to Injury is not very good in my deck at the moment. I could take Arc Fiend, then I have to get another Gift of Paradise to make it really good. Then I'm going to take Insult to Injury and just try and draft a lot of 2-drops and more creatures so that I can actually win with it. Champion of Ronus? I think I'm just going to take another 3-drop. And just get creatures on the board early so then I can maximize my insult. Here's a good pickup. I wouldn't mind getting this Bloodlust Inciter. Electrify is pretty good, but I've got so many removal spells. Like, Quarry Hall would also be good, but the Chariot, yeah. I think the Bloodlust Insider is actually the card that I want the most for this deck, funnily enough. But yeah, this is really annoying. Maybe I'm not going to get any more green cards. I'll just take this. Yeah, so Bloodlust Insider is what I really want because it lets me attack with these as soon as I play them, which I think is actually pretty important. For the red cartouche is pretty good with the 2 trials that I have. I think this deck is really good in terms of the card quality, especially the non-creature spells. It's just a bit lacking in 2-drops, especially. Now is where I wish I had those 2-drop 2/1s, at least 1 or 2 of them. Hopefully I can wheel like at least a bit of Blade Warrior. The Gift of Paradise isn't good in this deck. Desensitized as I can see playing. I'd rather not. You know, if I just pick up 2 or 3 1 and 2 drops, then pretty happy about this deck. Right, this is a good start. 1 and 2 drops. I want that Bloodlust Insider. Oh man. Wow. Wow. Is Exemplar of Strength or the Blade Warrior better? But Exemplar of Strength is pretty good with Define Great Maw and Quarry Hauler. Now, and a Magma Spray here as well. But yeah, I think it's just Exemplar of Strength. Gifts of Paradise. In case I need to decide into some crazy deck. I'll take it. Alright, it's good. I need these 2 drops. No, I don't have any combat tricks, but it's not really that important. I think this deck's pretty good. It's got some trials, some bombs, and Honored Hydra, Insult to Injury. Swording Suns is a good card as well. Well, don't mind the yeah, blue was pretty open as well. Giant Spider's not so good. I wouldn't mind replacement for like my Giant Spider. Yeah, Quarry Horror. Get in there. I think the Bloodlust Insider is not going to come back, unfortunately. Take this Tarkrop Skirmisher in case. No love for the Windsor Rebuke. I'm never playing 3 Windsor Rebuke, I'll just take this foil card. I think I'm going to take out Giant Spider and run this. The Giant Spider's pretty good with Sweltering Suns. But yeah, I think this is pretty good. You've got 16 creatures. If you count Trial Strength. And you've got some good trials, some good cartouches. Reasonable removal. Solid deck. And mana. I think we got higher on mountains because we have cartouche, which we want to play with a creature sometimes. We have a lot more green creatures, but you know, double red insult injury and sweltering suns. So I'm gonna save this. Alright, cool. I'll see you in the games.